Yo, what is going on, Guardians, and welcome back to another Destiny 2 gameplay video. Hey, in this video I wanted to talk specifically about why the Clash game mode should have never been taken off the table, and why having it in the rotation so it comes up, every couple of months is not a good alternative. And at the end of the day, Control is a good game mode, but in a world where stasis exists, it leads to a lot of frustration and further solidifies the oppressiveness of stasis in the sandbox. By design, Control makes large AoE slowing and freezing abilities king, and makes Crucible lean towards pay to win in a way that is extremely bad for the PvP environment. But before we get into all of that, I do have a PlayStation 5 to give away. It's sitting right here in my office waiting to find its forever home. If you remember a while back, I had a sponsor who wanted to give away on one of these PS5s on my channel, and I told you all that it was going to be happening. But then I learned some things about that sponsor that just didn't sit right with me. So I went through the process of buying one instead so that I can make good on that promise to you. So I'm going to give it away here on this video, and here's how you can enter the giveaway. This month is Women's History Month, and ladies in this industry face more challenges than men do. I'd love to use this as an opportunity to support the women in gaming who make excellent content. So to enter the giveaway, here's a list of things that you need to do. Comment on this video with the name of your favorite lady content creator, whether they're a streamer or if they upload YouTube content, and drop a link to their channel or page where we can find them. Then post PS5 giveaway, all in one word, so that I can search for comments easily, and subscribe to my channel. If you do those things, you'll be eligible to receive this PlayStation 5. So, name of your favorite lady content creator, link to their page, the word PS5 giveaway, all as one word, and subscribe. Then, you're in! I'll draw the winner 1 week from today, so check to see if I reply to your comment. You have to claim the prize in order to receive it. So good luck, everyone, and thanks for supporting the women in gaming. And feel free to use the comment section of this video as a hub for sharing information for where to find such talented ladies. Go click on some of those links. I would encourage you to click on some of those links and see if there's a content creator out there that fits your interests, and check out their content on your own time. Okay, now let's talk Destiny. Last week, Clash finally came up in the rotation, and I spent a lot of time playing there. I quickly became aware of how much less I was dying to stasis. There were certainly still people using stasis in my lobbies, and there were certainly still unbroken and flawless players on the other teams. So what was different? That's the question. Why didn't stasis seem so obnoxiously oppressive there? Well, when you think about it, it actually makes perfect sense. Control is an objective game mode, and the game mode forces players to go to predetermined locations with little to no cover and stand on them. If they refuse to do so, they'll likely be met with a mercy rule. So players are flooding towards predictable locations, often in groups, by the way, locations with a clear indicator on every player's HUD. When so many players are leveraging grenades that cover a wide radius while also affecting players up to 2 meters outside of the grenade's radius, I'm talking about dusk fields, these locations become hotspots and easy targets for such grenades. The nature of these zones also makes snowballing much more prevalent. The team that owns more zones and has more kills early also generally has access to supers sooner. When those supers leave tornadoes of ice spiraling around the zones for several seconds, or give the player the ability to cover the ground with ice while flying around for almost an entire minute, well, that makes capping zones and making up point differences that much harder. Shurikens bounce off surfaces and track to the nearest target, slowing them on contact and taking half of their health out. This makes tagging people on or around zones a cakewalk, and you don't even have to expose yourself in order to do it. And on top of that, Control also dictates which lanes and choke points players will most likely be coming through, as their routes are predictable since you know where they'll be going. Zone B, Zone C, Zone A, whatever they don't have. And you know the spawn that they're going to be coming out of. So it's pretty easy to predict which lanes you got to lock down with your AoE slowing stasis abilities. In summation, Control, by its very design, makes the strengths of stasis even more powerful and further incentivizes players to leverage them or to leave. While Control is a good game mode, it's probably the worst possible mode for any player that does not have access to Beyond Light content, or a player that simply does not enjoy stasis. Now, on the flip side, consider Clash. In this game mode, no player is forced to follow a predictable path or forced to remain immobile on a predetermined location with little to no cover. The player is free to choose which lanes to push or hold, which routes to take, and when to risk moving around in the open. They're also not encouraged to push in large groups through choke points or on zones leading to fewer shattering kills and fewer additional freezes due to a teammate's death spreading the status effect. All of these factors stack up to help relieve some of the overwhelming utility of stasis, and I found this to be true in my several hours of playing Clash. I was free to adjust and move as I saw fit, and take the fights that I wanted to, instead of feeling forced to risk it for the sake of zone control. I firmly believe that if Clash was in the rotation more frequently, or if quick play oscillated back and forth between Clash and Control, then we would be in a much more forgiving Crucible atmosphere for players who want to play, or have to play, with anything other than stasis. Crucible has its fair share of issues, there's no doubt about that, that desperately need addressed, and this isn't the biggest issue the Crucible is facing today, but it's definitely one worth mentioning, and I hope that we find ourselves back in a Destiny environment where quick play deathmatch modes are a regular thing instead of a novelty. Destiny without a staple deathmatch mode is a shocking reality I didn't think we'd be living in, but here we are. Hopefully we can see Clash return as a much more regular and defining feature of Destiny PvP. Let me know in the comment section if you agree. Thanks to any of you who stopped by my second ever YouTube stream the other day. It meant a lot to me, and I really enjoyed having the opportunity to interact with my YouTube supporters more directly, and I look forward to doing it again sometime. Thanks so much for watching the video and supporting my channel. Be warm and well fed, my friends, and I do hope to catch you in the Crucible.